Welcome to the Celebs.com studio at Sundance. Casper Van Dien, Caity Lotz, Nicholas McCarthy. Congratulations on the film screening.
Thank you.
How did it feel being there, watching this transformation with an audience?
Well, I mean, it was surreal and intense, and you know what a director does is they fix, and I would sit there and I'd watch the stuff I wanted to change, and then all of a sudden someone would scream because one of the scares would be working, and I would look around, and it was a dream come true. But man, was it high pressure. It was fun, and it was also just great to kind of give the movie finally to these guys and the crew who were there.
Had you seen it before?
I had, but I saw it in an office and where with my manager, so that was it, and it was like you don't get the same experience. And the whole time I was just like, oh my god, because it's you, and you're like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this, that, everything. So when I watched it this time, I could kind of forget all those things and just enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
And it was so cool. I was really nervous actually, but it was really fun.
Are you good at watching yourself on film?
No, not at all. But Nicholas asked me to, and he's my director.
I did. Yeah.
So usually I'll get up and leave. But this one, I was sitting between the two actresses, and when the first big scare came up, everybody screamed, but they grabbed me as they screamed, and I was already going like this too. So I mean, there was no going anywhere.
Was it unexpected? Was anything about the film unexpected?
Yeah, I hadn't seen it at all.
Yeah.
And so a lot of it was unexpected, and I was really impressed. I really enjoyed it. I really was impressed with the audience's reaction, and even the one actress had gotten up and left because she was so scared, and she was like, "I hate Nicholas," and she was doing it because she was scared, and that was great.
Seems like a good time to be making these sorts of films. Obviously, like Insidious and Devil Inside, and all these films are like low-ish budget but doing really well commercially. Does it feel like you're part of that wave now?
Well, I've always loved horror movies, and I've never discriminated with movies. I love all kinds of movies, but I've always loved horror films because as a filmmaker, they kind of appeal to me because they do so much with the sound and the image to get people in a place. So horror movies, the horror movie success stories happen once every year, once every 2 years, and it's just, I think, kind of serendipitous. I mean, I didn't go about writing the Pact because ghost stories were popular. I mean, ghost stories have been popular since people could speak, I'd imagine.
So what was it like when you first met these guys? Had they seen the short? Did you show them the short? Did you just meet with them on the feature and present them with stuff?
Well, no. I think both of them came in to read, and both of them, along with everybody else who's in the cast, were my first choices of the people that I saw. You just kind of have to go with your gut sometimes, and Casper was like that when he came in, and I watched his performance and I was like, he's the guy. And when Caity walked in, before she even spoke, I kind of knew she was the one because of the way she carried herself.
Casper, you've often been cast in roles that have some sort of semblance of authority, whether it's used well or not.
Yes. Whoa, that's a good way of putting it, whether it's used well or not. I'm going to actually steal that one from you.
You're welcome to it.
I like that.
Was it a joy for you playing this guy?
I did enjoy being this character and being in this film. I enjoyed it. It was fun for me too, from a different level, to actually sit back and from like a witness day watch the two of them working and just to see them. It's fun for me because I've been acting as long as she's been alive, and to see a really naturally talented actress it's it brings a lot of joy inside for you too. But then also to watch a director really write and then write a terrifying script. When I read it, I was actually disturbed when I was reading it, and then to see him direct it and get to be able to do that, that's powerful. Yeah. So I enjoyed it from that level, aside from just playing the character that I got to play. But yeah, this character kind of felt like I could put it on easily.
Is that a concern for you?
It's a concern for me.
I don't know. I don't know if maybe that's the problem.
Caity, what about you with Annie? It's like, how is it different working on this with Nicholas against other stuff that you've done?
Well, the character is definitely different. Annie's she's a lot darker. She's a lot more guarded and very tough. And a lot of the other characters, I did a series on MTV, and I was like this bubbly, bright, super go-getter rookie, and Annie's like 360 of that. And she's 180 actually. 360 would bring us right back. But she, it was such a cool role because she's so tough, and I really like that she'd been through a lot. And I think with the character, what I was drawn to is so much has to happen inside of her and just be going on in her eyes. And there's not too much dialogue. It's a lot just going on in my head. And working with Nick was great. That was like the first time I really was like, wow, the difference of having a really great director. If you have a director who really knows how to work with actors and knows how to talk to you and make you feel comfortable, make you feel safe, he was always helping me to find new things and really push me, because there's some, it was dealing with some difficult stuff, so he really helped me get there. And it makes the world of a difference having a really great director. You don't even know what kind of performances you can get until you have one.
Yeah. Nick,
I agree.
Taking it from a short and changing it and bringing in the two girl characters, was that the big major change for you, and did you have to hold on to that or give up that?
Well, I mean, the short, besides being only 11 minutes long, and this one's 89, is about not seeing stuff. It's about not seeing what's beyond this dark door. And when I wrote the script for the feature, I made the decision that I wanted to see what was behind that, dark place, and put the light on the bad stuff. And so I knew that the movie was going to be totally different in terms of tone, and it was exciting because it was this kind of riff on this short film that I had made just a few months before. I feel kind of lucky in a way that I got to do it because there were no rules. They didn't ask me to write it a certain way. I could really have done anything I wanted, and this is just how the spirit took me to this place. So.
Well, congratulations on the feature Sundance experience, and thanks for spending a few minutes with us.